All right, let's see. All right. Um, what's up, everybody? Today I'm just playing No Man's Sky, so I figured I'd stream it. We want to do like more of this kind of stuff, just playing, just like streaming when we play. I don't know. I screwed around trying to get me to not look so white, but I just can't get the lighting right in this room. So, I mean, I'm white, so I guess that's totally fine. Um, yeah, today did some work in the studio. We kind of talked about it a little bit. I think we mentioned it in the latest Burning Hammer wrestling episode. We just had some things. So like the studio was having. We just had to like. I had to basically put a subfloor in because one day I went in there and I was like just getting a soda out of the fridge, and what we had before was just puzzle piece like flooring. You know how like you would have like in a workout room or whatever. We had that straight on the concrete, and like with all the snow and all the melting and everything that we had this winter, uh, we just had issues. We had concrete sweating and things like that, so it was getting wet. So I had to pull everything up, put a subfloor underneath it, and it just was a lot because there's so many freaking cables in there and everything's there's just a lot. So, we ended up I ended up having to do all that. Did it all last night and today, and so we're good now. I mean, as far as I can tell. Um, but yeah, that's where we're at. And then I, decided to play No Man's Sky, so I said, well, screw it, we can do a stream because like I said, we'd like to do more of this. Jake and I have been having conversations about what to do as far as like gaming goes, and maybe we'll have some announcements. Who knows? Um, but yeah, that's where we're at. So I mentioned it. I think we did mention it on the latest. That's why the next. So the latest episode of Burning Hammer was pre-recorded. Um, and the new episode of Clear Shots that comes out, that was recorded a little early too. So, um, yeah, there's that. So now I'm just kind of messing around with. This is kind of like a test stream. I know it's super late. It's like 1 in the morning right now. So I just want to like test things out, make sure things are ironed out for when we do want to do this in the future. Um, I don't know, like, so when I open YouTube, it's not really showing me. I don't know. I don't really know how to do a lot of this. I'm using Restream, so I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Restream. But Restream, what they'll do is you can. Let me check real quick on it. Um, you can stream from multiple platforms, like, so you can stream to like Twitch. So like this is on our Twitch channel, and it's on our YouTube channel. So like it's just so weird. Like you hit stream, and then you're like, all right, I hope it worked, and then you're just kind of hoping it worked because, and you want to like check and see to make sure it's working, but then it's like now you're on a stream, and you're like looking like an idiot because you're just trying to figure out if your freaking stream's working while you're streaming, and it's like, okay, and I wish there was a better way you could do it, but there really isn't if you think about it. So anyway, this is my frigate base. This is on my main like capital ship. I've been playing around with this base, like trying to build something cool. I like a lot of the bases that I was building were on planets, so like I really didn't think much about building on the capital ship itself. And then eventually I was like, yeah, let's do that because your capital ship's always with you, so it doesn't matter. Now that I'm in 2 different galaxies, it's kind of necessary to have a base on your freighter. So I don't know. I made this little bar area, like a entrance area. Then I got a teleporter that goes to like each different level. And then in here, I think I'm gonna actually expand the like lobby area because I don't really need all this empty space here. But you know, I've got storage containers, refiners. Then you go up here. This brings you upstairs. This is the second level. And then I don't know, I threw like a trade spot there. There's like areas you can harvest plants and things like that. This is the second floor still. That brings you back down to the first floor, and then like a technology room with, you know, construction terminal, science terminal. That brings you back to where you were. And then where I just came from was upstairs. And then if you come, that was the 3rd floor where I started. If you come down here, you go right back into the front. This is your command room, so anything like beyond this, you can build. So everything like this is all editable. Everything beyond that doorway. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I have a lot of fun with the base building in this. So what I was doing last night, I believe, was I was playing around trying to get a new freighter because I want like an S-class freighter. This is an A-class. If I scan it, you can see down there on the description, it says freighter A 100 plus 50. That's A is the class and S is the best class in this game. So I was kind of hoping I could hop around. So what I've read is that you can find a pirate system and just warp in and out of that system and keep fighting freighters, pirate dreadnoughts, until you get an S-class one. And I was doing that for like 2 hours last night, and I was just not having any luck. Everything was a C-class, and it just, I don't know, it wasn't going good for me. So I'm kind of picky about it because I want it to be a Korvax. So right here, see how, so Korvax is the first icon there. And then Conflict is pirate controlled. That's what you're looking for. I'm looking for Korvax pirate controlled. So what I usually do is either filter the galaxy map by life form, so I see the blue ones are all Korvax, or I filter it by conflict and I look at red systems, because they're usually either pirate systems or they're high conflict. But I find it to be easier to go life form because that's just because I'm being specific about it. So I'm going to go here and see if there's one here. And you'll know as soon as you warp in if it's there. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to take this out. I'm not going to do this the whole time because it's going to be really boring if I'm flying in and out of this system, killing one of these over and over. But I'm going to show you the best way that, in my opinion, this is the best way to do it. I go straight to their warp drives, and I just take their warp drives out immediately. I divert all the power to weapons, and then I just go right at their warp drives. And what this does is it allows you to, it basically prevents them from escaping. So they can't warp away when you start beating their ass. So now you're going to come up here. Where am I right now? Okay, so you're going to find this aisleway. And you're going to fly right down here, kind of Star Wars-esque. And you're going to shoot out all these shield generators. Now, after you kill the shield generators, what happens is another rod is going to pop up. You're going to take all those out as well. And then you're going to come back up. There's another side. Go back down the other alleyway. There's other ways to do this, of course. Like, you can take out all their cannons, or you can do all this first. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways. But if your ship isn't powerful enough and you take all these out, sometimes they can warp away. That's why I like to take out their engines first. Whoop, I overshot that one. So once I take all these out, they should surrender. Now you can do this in either order. Like, you can go down one aisle, take out all the shields, then down the other aisle, take out all the shields, then come back around and take out all the pylons on either side. I mean, it's up to you, really. But now the ship is surrendered, so now what you do is go in, and you can either, if you can stay out here if you want to and just destroy the ship. But what I'm doing, I want to check the class of this thing. The easiest way to do that is just to hop out and use your scanner. And it's a C class. See, like I said, everything, it just seems to be all freaking C class. But anyway, I'm gonna go up and collect some money from this guy anyway, because you might as well. So if you pick Seize the Dreadnought, you take it over. So there's a bunch of different freighters and things you can get. This one's just like the coolest one in my opinion, the pirate one. So yeah, today was like a lot of working on the floors. Now I still need to get a couple pieces of the puzzle piece flooring, because I just used what I had left from when I initially did it. But it was kind of it's just a pain in the ass, because you have so many cables. Like, so I have cables coming from this room into the other room, and so the other room, the studio, is right over here on the other side of this wall. So there's cables that go through the wall, and the problem with it is I had to, when I unplugged everything, I had to like label everything so I knew where it went back together. And there's just a lot of freaking cables. There's 3 mics, there's 3 sets of headphones, there's a stream deck, there's 2 cameras in there, there's a HDMI cord that goes from this computer so that this monitor can be displayed on the TV in there, and then there's another one that goes so that this monitor can be displayed on the small monitor that I have near my seat. It's like there's a million freaking cables. So it was just a pain in the ass, and you know, honestly, it didn't take as long as I expected it to, but it was not really fun, and I wish I didn't have to do it in the first place. But you can't, you know, if you have water underneath your floor, it's like you gotta fix it. You're gonna have mold and all kinds of problems. So that's all set, and we're gonna be able to start recording again. But like I said, everything that comes out, whatever came out last week and this week, is all sort of pre-recorded. So now what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna go to the anomaly and do some anomaly missions, because I really want some Quicksilver. I've got my eyes on some armor that I'd like to buy. Yeah. That's rum. pull that off the charger there. Don't need that on my charger. All right. So this is the anomaly. I don't know if whoever's watching that hasn't played this. I mean, I would say play it, first of all. It does take a minute to get into this game. But, like, once you do, dude, you'll be fully addicted. I swear to God, it's... I mean, I can't... it's all I'm playing, like, all the time now. So I'm going to go to the Nexus. Root out corrupted sentinels. Alright, let's do that. We're going to do it solo. I'm not even going to wait for anybody. So I'm going to need that, and I might need to use my Minotaur. Oh shit, I gotta summon the Minotaur when I get there. The Minotaur AI is kind of cool. Your Minotaur is like an exosuit. And I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, it's kind of like Titanfall. Once you get that Minotaur like to the right, you know, once you put the right you know, weapons on it and things like that. But the Minotaur AI actually like autopilots for you, which is nice because like if you're in combat or something, you can you know, just have him fighting alongside you just for some help. Which I've definitely played this game illegitimately. Like a lot of my shit is like higher level than it should be, just because I you know, like I've done quite a few things. Like it's not like I've played around with the difficulty levels and things like that. So yeah, this is still an A class, and I really want it to be an S because everything else I have is S class. This is my starship that I just got recently. But yeah, this, you know, I just enjoy the hell out of this game. And dude, sometimes you're just sitting here for hours, like just exploring planets. So, and that's like, that's the whole fun of the game. But sometimes it's like you kind of have to make your own fun, and I don't know. Some people have a hard time doing that, coming up with their own objectives. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kick the living shit out of... Oh, what am I doing here? I need my scatter blaster. This is an autophage camp. Let's see. Try and be friendly with these guys. I'm still trying to like learn their language too. These guys will give you missions and things, and they'll, you know, you get like special rewards from doing their missions. You won't meet this race until like later on in the game. All right, this isn't where I'm supposed to be, so I know. Here we go. This must be right around the corner. So what I'll do is call that Minotaur in now. And I think I'm going to probably have to pull my freighter up close so that I can summon that. What am I doing here? Alright. So, like, I have a thing in my freighter where as long as my mothership is, like, in the same system as me, I can summon my exocrafts. Otherwise, you have to build a exocraft, like, radar summoning station or whatever. Scan those guys. I like to try and scan as much as I can just because it gives you extra units. So that's where I gotta go. I'm probably just gonna have to... Oh shit, maybe I'm gonna have to fight these. I don't know if I'm supposed to kill those sentinels or... Or if I can get away with just... There we go. Oh, I forgot to enable the AI. So he's still sitting over there. So now he'll walk around with me. Yeah, I'll just go on foot. Usually if I didn't have my Minotaur with me, I would just go... I would take like some in the fucking... What is it called? The Nomad or something. Usually I like to drive that thing around. A lot of the exocrafts aren't that useful because you can just get in your starship and fly there. But like, I like driving the Nomad and driving around in some of those. So, where it says swarm is hunting, you basically just have to stay out of sight. Whoops. Until that's gone. But it's kind of like a GTA, like a wanted level type thing. And, you know, you would think that, like, you can just get in your ship and fly away, but that's not really... Not really true. You'll have to fight interceptors and shit because they'll come after you anyway. I don't know why he keeps dropping down from the sky. Got 24 seconds. An easy way to do this is, if you really want to hide easy, do one of these. That's a real good way to deal with sentinels. That'll keep you out of their sight for sure. Just dig right into the ground. Now when you want to get out, that was kind of cool. Ship flew right over the fucking... So this multi-tool has... I really just need the scatter... That's all I use is the scatter blaster when I'm in combat. I mean, and I really kind of like wish I would have like learned to use other weapons, but like I'm just so used to that I... Alright, I'm actually gonna fly there because so I gotta kill 5 of those, or destroy 5 of them, I guess. Am I there already? Can I shoot him from here? I don't know where I got disoriented. I thought I tagged it. I should be able to see the waypoint. I think it's over this way, but I'm gonna fly over here anyway. Oh, I see it. It's right there. They might send interceptors after me. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I would rather be on the ground. I would rather fight them out on the ground. So now I'm just trying to find the last two. Oh, okay, I see. I think that's one too, yep. Fuck was that? Oops. I'm going too fast for the Minotaur to keep up, so I think that's why it keeps spawning him in. I might as well just rush it and kill the other one. And then escape. Oh, holy shit, I just fell into a fucking... Oh my god, dude. Huh. That was kind of odd. Oh, now they're coming after me. They know I'm here for sure. So now I just gotta get away from him. Which I guess I can just hide again. Or, look at that. Look at that little spot. I don't know if I can get through there. I'll tell you how I can. Might as well scan some shit while I'm not, I don't understand, I'm not, it's not really liking me right now. It's not giving me a countdown or anything. Bastard. I mean, I can just try and kill them all, I guess. Only other thing I can think to do is just leave and just have to fight the interceptors off. I don't think I've ever done this Nexus mission anyway. Man, that thing was kicking the shit out of me. Multiplying, that's great. Well, screw it. I'll just fight everything off. Try to, at least. Holy shit. Somebody else's starship. Come on, it's gotta be almost all of them. There we go. I bet that's a starship. Let me switch to this. I'm gonna get rid of that. Get rid of the Minotaur. Here, I'll even show you the Nomad. I like to drive this guy if it's a short distance. I don't know what the distance is. Oh shit, 2 hours. Jesus Christ. Alright, well this thing drives around shorter distances. I like to take it. Oop, there's a knowledge stone. I don't know how hostile this planet is. Oh shit, okay. Well, bring my ship back over here and I'll just fly over there. I mean, I already did the Nexus mission. I just want to see what that is. I think it's just a crashed Sentinel ship. I gotta get into fucking... I paused the stream preview on this screen, and it looks like I'm about to sneeze, and I've just been sitting there looking like I'm about to sneeze. Yeah, I figured it was gonna be this. Oh shit, that's kind of cool looking. Is it this? Oh, I kind of like this one. It's a little different than mine. I actually dig that. I might take that. Because yeah, I think I'm gonna take this. Oh, it's a fucking... It's a C class. I do kind of like it, though. I don't have space. I like the looks of it, though. Shit. I could trade something else in for it. I'm not gonna fuck with that for now. Damn it. I'm not gonna remember where this is either. I could try and put a base computer down or something. I don't know if it would let me. Oh yeah, I guess it would. I wonder if that'll stay there. I'm gonna... Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. We'll leave it. I'm gonna regret that because that's a cool looking ship. And it's not very often you see all black. You know what? I really should fucking mark it. I'm gonna mark it. Yeah, because you don't usually see all black ones like that. I'm gonna put a base computer down and see if that will... if that'll remember it for me. If it stays here. I don't know if it will. I'm gonna name it... EL, right? I don't know. I'll just mark it. Yeah, because then I might be able to come back and trade something else in. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Well, that's a better discovery than I expected from a Nexus mission. Usually Nexus missions, it's like pretty straightforward. You go somewhere, you blow something up, you leave, you go back to the Nexus, or you go somewhere, you dig some shit up, you leave. It's just because I was fighting corrupted sentinels. See, that's cool too, that yellow and black. But you don't usually see like almost all black like that. Like mine, I lucked out with that. Alright, I'm gonna see how much Quicksilver do I have here? 3,000. I think I'm gonna buy that armor that I've been trying to get.
Collectible received.
Okay, and then I'm going to I'm gonna put it on right now. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Oof, I kind of like the white. I kind of like the white. I'll do white for now. Oh yeah, that looks cool, dude. Fuck yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm glad I got that. That's sweet. Okay, so now I got a couple more things I want to get from there, but I don't know if I should do another Nexus mission or I don't know. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you a city that I was building. So there's like 250 galaxies in this game. I think it's 250, something like that. And when you reach the core of the galaxy, so you start in Euclid, so as soon as you reach the core, then you can travel to the next one. Through the game, though, you can warp to, like, there's a choice of, like, 4 different ones. And, you know what, I should have, let me hit this. I gotta go, I just want to get to a warp. Go to this outlaw station. So yeah, so you can, there's a certain point in the game, I don't really want to spoil anything, I guess, but there's a certain point where you do get to pick where you want to go between 4, and they don't tell you what galaxy they are. You kind of have to look it up, but Eisentam was the one I picked because it has a lot of like lush planets, and that's what I was looking for at the time. So I'm going to, so when I got to Eisentam, the first, like one of the first like planets that I found that was really fucking cool was okay, here we wait. Okay, right here. It was okay, so this was one of the first like paradise planets I found in Eisentam, and I thought it was just awesome. It has like bioluminescent grass, it has like the bubble things that come up, and I've seen other planets with that, but this one just like looked really cool to me with the green grass, and I mean you'll see it in a second. But so I built a city, and then I called it Eisentam City because it was the first like cool planet I found in that galaxy. And I kind of themed it green because the portal that I went through was green to get there. I don't know. It was just, it all kind of worked out. So I'm going to warp right in. This is me warping right into the center of the city. All of it, like most of it, was I built, but it was a settlement that was already here. So this right here is like the middle of the main part of the settlement. You can take over these like settlements on planets, and they're already, you know, like a bunch of these, like all these buildings here were already existent, like that one, that one. You can kind of tell what ones were. I don't know why my ship is like it just warped in with me and ended up inside of a building. But this is better anyway. So I also built this base up here that's kind of like a homestead kind of area. It's got like a pretty sick house that I built. So I'll take you there first, and then I'll just walk you down to the city. So you can see the city from here. My frame rate's going to start dropping because there's a lot of shit. So, yeah, all this is like built. So I built all this, and then got a nice little fireplace. There's appearance modifier. There's like a basement down here with a couple things. Little bedroom. Save point. And then you come out here, and then there's a little base here with a warp. A little teleporter there. And then there's like this long walkway, and what I did was just made short range teleporters that shoot me like a distance down it. Whoops, I just fell through the floor. So yeah, it brings me to like this main hub. And this is kind of like, you know, all these are landing pads. So when you show up to the city, you can land on one of these, and then you kind of come into this. There's a little like, I don't know, check-in hub area where you can do all your deals. There's a trade terminal, science terminal construction, all that stuff. This right here brings you to Main Street, or you can walk down the path. Like the green lights I put on there just to be like the main sort of path that you take. But this is like the main street. I built this all from scratch. This it's kind of like a restaurant area. Yeah, it's kind of cool what you can do in this. Like there's like this outside patio area. And then it's got like an upstairs. There's like a VIP area down there. Upstairs patio, and like you can put all this like lighting on here to make it look sweet at night. It looks really cool at night. And then I don't know, I started just building extra shit down here. I built like this up there's like an observation tower. You go in here, you just like can teleport up to the top of it. And it has like a kind of a cool sort of like overlook of the city, and then, you know, other areas. Obviously I can see some footpaths that I want to get rid of. Yeah, just a little biodome with plants and stuff growing in there. Then I built this like hotel, which is kind of sick. This one isn't even as good as the one in my other city, but I put beds and stuff like that in there. Sometimes I just get bored and I just want to build shit, and you like run out of things to build. So sometimes like hotels are kind of cool. And on my freighter, there's like a number of like dorm rooms. And in my headcanon, that's for like my fleet. Which you also would be able to see if let me call a freighter in here. So they're going to appear above it right there. And I don't know, like if you've ever played like, let's say Assassin's Creed 4 or something like that, you can send your fleet out on missions, and it almost works exactly the same way as that does. I believe Assassin's Creed 3 had that too. And I also think Valhalla even has something like that. But yeah, you send them out on like expeditions, and then they come back, and you get rewards for it or whatever. So let's see what else. I don't know really what I wanted to even do tonight with it. I think I'm going to. I guess I could do another Nexus mission, but I'll probably do that off stream. I don't know. Like I said, I kind of wanted to do like a test stream and just kind of make sure everything's working, make sure it goes to YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff. If you're on YouTube, watching on YouTube, our Twitch channel is Clear Shots Studios. So you can go on Twitch and find it there. Maybe, I don't know how the searching, like I don't really use much of Twitch, so I don't know how good all their searching and all that shit is, but you know, like I don't know if it depends on how many viewers you've gotten or streams you've done or whatever. Sometimes some of these websites like to for lack of a better word, shadow ban you until you're like a more popular which doesn't make any sense. That doesn't really make any sense at all. But I mean, the only way we can currently promote streams is by using what we have, and it's not like we have a huge following. I mean, TikTok and Instagram. TikTok is probably where a lot of our following is, and like YouTube. But you know, it's like that's all you have to promote your streams. So if you want to start, you know, streaming, it's like they already kind of lock you out of it unless you have a follower base, which is kind of weird. Yeah, so with that being said, go over there and subscribe to it if you use Twitch or whatever. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back up here. Yeah, so like if I send my fleet out, right? So I'll show you that real quick before I get off of here. Come back to the control room. What you do is you'll talk to this guy, I think. Yeah, view expeditions. And these are like the missions you can do. So let's do this one because it's hard. And it's combat. So okay, combat. So I want this guy because he's a combat type. We'll do a support. And we'll do another combat and a raider. And I think you can only use 4. Oh, 5. Okay. I don't need any more than that. I barely need 4. So what I'll do is launch the expedition. You can actually add extra shit in here, but I almost never need it or use it. So you hit launch, and then they take off. I don't know if you saw them, but they took off out of the fleet, which is really cool. I love that. It's all like so connected, like the immersion's really, really cool. And then what's going to happen now is there's a certain amount of time that they'll be out in real time. You have to wait. And then I'm going to go back up here. Now in this room and also on that side, I have 3 of these command stations in each. So what happens is once their expedition's done, it shows up here, and then you can that's where you debrief them and get your rewards from. It's good passive income and like passive rewards. So yeah, I don't mind that. The other day I actually failed pretty hard at, so I was just messing around like trying to build extra shit. I came out here and like this is a really cool spot. Like you can kind of like overlook the freighter, and I also built like a one up here from the top. which like I can also see out the front of the freighter if I go this way. But it's all real time, like in the system that you're in, so like you can see the planets you're actually around. Like I don't know if I'd right now be able to see down, but I'm above, right above that planet I was just on. But yeah, I was gonna build a wrestling ring, and it didn't work because I came out here and I built like a big expansion to this, and then I started using light floors, and I stacked a bunch of these, and I built a big square. I built the ring and everything, and then I used like barricades. I used these around the outside, and then I was gonna even put like a ladder in there and shit, and then I couldn't figure out the best way to do like turnbuckles and ropes. So like I don't know, I thought about using antennas. They were too kind of like weird looking, and then I almost used the pylon light. Where is that? There's like a little light that is a, yeah, shit, I can't find it. Oh, there it is, pillar light. I was thinking about using that, but that wasn't really going to work either. And then I couldn't really get a way to, I was using this for like the entrance area. I mean, it was all coming together. But then I didn't really care what I used for the turnbuckles, but I really had trouble finding something that would work for ropes. And at first I was like, maybe I could use like teleporter cables, but they don't really show up well, and you have to build teleporters in every corner to use as turnbuckles, and they're kind of ridiculous looking. And then I don't know, maybe these Bytebeat cables would work. I don't know if they, but you have to attach them to Bytebeat shit, and then you really can't see them very good. I mean, I bet once it's farther apart, it's even harder to see. Yeah, the ropes aren't, I mean, it wouldn't, I guess you could do it that way, but those are not very good looking turnbuckles, you know? I don't know. I was messing around with it. I was hoping that it would work out, but it didn't. So I just bailed on the whole thing. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Again, yeah, you can check us out on Twitch. You can go watch the podcast. If you're a wrestling fan, go watch Burning Hammer Wrestling. We do every both of our shows we do bi-weekly, and we haven't missed an episode in a long time. So we've been doing good with that. I know there was a time where, I mean, we did like an episode a year because we were just having a tough time scheduling things. And right now, Jake's got a new job, so we might have to do some different scheduling for there, but it shouldn't affect you guys. We should still be putting them out Fridays, every other week, and we switch between the two podcasts. I mean, you guys probably already know that, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this thing looked all right. I know that the gameplay like is a little darker, like washed out. It's just the way I'm capturing it right now. Once I get a capture card, I'll probably be able to just do this in the studio, and sit in the studio and, you know, use the cameras in there and stream from there. But I just don't have a capture card yet, so it is what it is. But we make it work, you know what I mean? All right, everybody, thank you so much. Yeah, we appreciate it. See you soon.